Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, this morning I continue with producing my video, a series of video titled on religion and belief. And the title had always been reading the Koran and the Gospel of Barnabas, as Allah revealed, I send down my guidance to mankind. Whoever follow my guidance, no need to feel worry, no need to feel sad. So hopefully, no need to feel worry, no need to feel sad. Meaning, if you're not sad, then you are happy. So, be happy. Why not? The topic I'm about to discuss is reading the Quran and the Gospel, which are the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So our intention is to follow as much as we can the guidance sent down by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe and follow. Because one day we'll face the day of judgment. Because we live in this world is for a purpose. It's not free. So we were created for a purpose, to serve our Creator. Failure to serve our Creator will be punished. It will be a severe punishment if we don't serve our Creator. It's fair enough, because we are born, we enjoy the life of this world. We get rain, we get wind, we get food, we get fruit. All this we enjoy living on this earth. But then we have to serve our Creator. And failure to serve means we are rebellious. And rebellious people will be subjected to punishment in hell. So we just need to be careful living in this world. We don't feel that we are creatures, and it doesn't mean that we cannot enjoy life if we serve God. We still enjoy life, but at the same time, we be thankful to our Creator. Okay, my video lately include on touching on the subject of what is going on in this world. So I'd like to put to the attention what's happening in China. Flood and rain and earthquake. A lot of disaster happening in China nowadays. Surprised why? But is not a surprise to us. When we read the Quran, we got the answer. There is the answer. What Allah normally do, He's doing, which is termed Sunnatullah. I just came across this word Sunnatullah this morning when I read the Quran. And the doing of Allah is the same before and now. So we see what happened in China. They destroy the mosque in Muslim area in the district called Xinjiang. I don't know whether I pronounce it correctly, but that is the area where Muslims live. There had been almost 2,000 mosques there, and almost all of them were destroyed by Chinese government, and this destruction almost caused Allah anger. Allah didn't respond immediately when the mosque destroyed and then punishment came. No, it came later, after many years, and there were a lot of cruelty to the Muslim in that area. They were accused of being the enemy and the people who want to fight them. But then the Muslims there were weak. They don't have a lot of weapons, they don't have jet planes, they don't have missiles. So if you think of the government having all these modern weapons and big army, so how come these Muslims there want to fight the army that they couldn't fight? Of course there are people. So why this Chinese government is thinking of they will put a fight and they put a strategy, destroy them, but then destroy their culture, destroy their belief, a big destruction there. The culture and the belief, and that caused anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not the first time that Allah was angry to the people, because the disaster had happened before, like the big flood. Fire came from the sky, the earth turned over to bury the people. This even the destruction of dam had happened before as well. So it's not something new. So even the Western people believe now that the nature is angry with the Chinese for what they're doing. So to them is the nature. Maybe they're also thinking of God that we don't know. But for Muslim, is not nature but the creator of nature. It's God, the creator of nature, that controls everything. Even how much rain dropping in one place is measured. So the rain that fall in one place had been decided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The instruction is given to the angel. There's a big boat in the heaven called Lauh Mahfuz. Lauh Mahfuz is just a boat and a pen. So this pen write the instruction on the boat. The instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the angel. So the angel just look at the boat and know what, and the boat also contain the raindrops in places on earth. How much rain in some place is normal, in some place is abnormal. But if Allah is angry, of course, He want to punish or to make people suffer, He can always put more rain in one place. All this is under the instruction of our Creator, and the pen just write the instruction and the angel carry out their duty. I think the name of angel that carry out the duty on rainfall, there is a name, I believe the name of angel is Michael, or Michael. So what Michael did to put rain on that place, he pushed, the angel pushed the cloud, and so he pushed the cloud, the heavy cloud laden with water or moisture, to a place. And then when it come to a place, the cloud is laden with water, and the water drop from the cloud as rain on earth. It is measured. So angel Michael know how much cloud to put in and where to put it, where to put the cloud on. Even the wind, how strong is the wind? The angel know. But in science, we believe it's because of one low pressure, in one place high pressure, and the wind blow from high pressure area to low pressure area. But science cannot explain why it happened. It's changed every time from there to there. That science cannot explain. So the changes is the intervention of our Creator He who created the wind, he also decided how much the wind, how fast the wind blowing in one place to the other place. So the angel just walk it on. I don't know how he control the pressure, but we know how to control the rain is by the cloud, by the pressure. But in science, what I know, an experiment of low pressure and high pressure. So if there is moisture put in a bottle of metal bottle, which thin metal bottle, we boil it, suddenly we cool it, and then the vapor inside the bottle suddenly reduce because the steam turn into water, and then create a vacuum, then create a vacuum of low pressure inside the bottle, and outside the bottle is high pressure, and then you see the metal bottle cannot withstand the pressure, then collapse. So I believe something like that as well happening, that high pressure is caused by maybe water vapor. Suddenly when it rains, a kind of vacuum is created, then create a low pressure, and then it create a differential and pressure. So a pressure differential cause wind to blow from high pressure area to low pressure area. I believe the weather forecaster is more knowledgeable on this than me. They see the place of low pressure, they call it depression, and they see the area of high pressure. If the difference is high, then expect a strong wind or gale. But also notice from the satellite picture of cloud moving. At one time, a cloud was heading to Taiwan, and they say the cloud heading to Taiwan. Maybe at the time, the people in Taiwan were warned of storm and hail that will happen to Taiwan. But surprisingly, I noticed the cloud changed direction. So instead of hitting Taiwan, hit Chinese mainland. So why it changed direction? Scientists don't have explanation for that. Can be only explained by the work of angel pushing the cloud wherever he was instructed to push. So that's what I believe, that the flood the natural disaster, we call it in China, is the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I think it's a punishment for their doing in destroying the mosque in district of Xinjiang. That's what I believe, and many people believe. And I saw also the YouTube, the title Chinese was saying, "Please God stop." So they are calling God, asking to stop the calamity they are facing, the earthquake, heavy rain, and it's still ongoing. I don't know when it will end and what happened in the end. The ultimate is when the Three Gorge Dam collapse. That is what they're scared of, what would happen. I don't know whether it's true. They say, the YouTube says a crack is there. They already see the limit of the water level. And they tell if the dam upstream collapse, it will had an impact as well. It will have an impact as well to the massive Three Gorges Dam. I seen a video how Three Gorges Dam was constructed. It looked very strong. A lot of iron bar was used to strengthen the dam. But then the big threat is not so much of the water, because it may be able to stand pressure of water, but another big threat is the earthquake in the surrounding area, or may hit directly the dam to destroy it. But we know earthquake can split the rock. So this Three Gorge Dam stand on a rock below the earth surface. That's why it's strong. But then if the earthquake can break that rock, surely it can also break the dam. So we'll see what the extent of Allah's anger, whether Allah want to destroy the dam or not. So we don't know. So leave it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what Allah wants to do. So with that, we just wait and see what will happen. So brothers and sisters, so the intention of this video is reading the Koran and reading the Gospel of Barnabas. So on reading the Quran, let's see what I can recap what I had read before. Let's see the marking I have. Okay, we got to the marking. So this is the last marking. Okay, it says Allah owns what is on earth, and Allah has the power of all things. Allah owns what is on earth and what is in the heaven, and He has the power of all things. So this sentence led to what happened in China as well, that He has the power to put more rain in one place and to put little rain in one place. So Allah has the power of all things. So that the recap of me reading the Quran. So the recap of me reading the Gospel of Barnabas. Let's see whether I can remember. Yes, it was about sleep and remembering our Creator. So in that chapter, remembering our Creator is important. Even at night, we are expected to wake up in the middle of the night and to pray. But for ordinary people, it's not compulsory. But many Muslims are doing it. Wake up in the middle of the night and pray. Alhamdulillah, I also do it. I wake up in the middle of the night and then pray, but not every night. Sometimes I just slept and then find that I had not woke up to pray. So that also happened. But for the prophets, it is compulsory. So every prophet woke up in the night and pray. Jesus, in the Gospel of Barnabas, is indicate that Jesus was doing it, but we know Prophet Muhammad wake up in the night and pray. This is also mentioned in the tradition that Muhammad and his friends, I know Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Abu Bakar, his close friend, doing it. It's also mentioned in the tradition that Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Abu Bakar woke up in the middle of the night to pray. So Prophet Muhammad's doing it and his companions doing it, and I believe Muslims doing it. Even today, Muslim doing it. If I do it, means other Muslim also doing it. The Imam and all these people doing it. So it's not only me. I know my brother talking about it, so maybe he also doing it. So it's common. So if you do it, I'm not surprised, because many Muslims wake up at night to pray. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's read the Koran. Okay, so we are reading on page 99. So we gone as far as page 99. So to get the barakah of this morning, let me read the first sentence in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa in imratun khafat min ba'liha wa nusuzan aw ikradan fala junaha alaihima ay yusliha bainahuma sulha wassulhu khairun wa usiratil anfusas suh wa in tuhsinu wa tattaqu fa innallaha kana bima ta'maluna khabir. Sadaqallahul azim. So, brothers and sisters, let's see the meaning of the sentences on this page. And if a woman is worried of her husband being rough to her, treating her roughly, mean not very kind to her, then both of them can make reconciliation of peace. That is true. Being kind to each other is better, though mankind has the habit of being stingy or greedy. If you both improve your relationship and prevent you being cruel, Allah is seeing what you are doing. So preventing from cruel is a good deed preventing from cruel to your husband or wife to husband. It can also be reversed. So we know there are cruel wife as well, and we know there are cruel husband as well. So if you are mentioning here, if you prevent from being cruel, Allah is seeing what you're doing, and you will cannot be fair among your wife, meaning among your wife. Maybe a person has 2 or 3 wives, so Allah saying that the person cannot be fair. Though you like to be fair, and then the warning here, don't you be too much like one and leave the other, meaning the husband have to be fair as much as he can be fair, but don't be too extreme, liking one and leave the other. And if you improve and prevent yourself from being cruel, Allah then forgive, and Allah is merciful. If both decide for a divorce, then Allah will fulfill the risk of the provision between them. Allah is generous and wise. Allah owns the heaven and what is on earth. We instruct the people who had been given the book before that, so that they fear Allah. But then if you're rebellious, be known that Allah owns whatever is in the heaven, whatever is on earth. Allah is rich and praiseworthy. So what can we do? What do we own? Nothing. All belong to Allah. So we need to feel humble, and best is to be obedient. Then Allah owns what is in the heaven and what is there on earth, and suffices Allah looking after them. If Allah wants, Allah will destroy you all and change you with new people. Allah has the power to do that. so Allah can destroy. Allah can destroy us in many ways, like big flood, big tsunami, big earthquake, things like that, the calamity that come to mankind. Whoever need the goodness in this world, then with Allah there is the goodness in this world and the next world. Allah is saying and seeing. So if people want the goodness in this world, is forget the goodness in the next world. That's why in our dua we say, give us happiness in this world and give us happiness in the next world as well. Okay, brothers and sisters, that complete my reading of the Quran today. Let now me read the Gospel of Barnabas. Okay, we should be reading chapter 112 this morning. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Having said this, Jesus said, You must seek of the fruits of the field, withal to sustain our life. For it is now 8 days that we have eaten no bread. Therefore I pray to our Lord, I will await you with Barnabas. So all the disciples and apostles departed by 4 and by 6. And when they wait according to the word of Jesus, there remained with Jesus he who write. Whereupon Jesus, weeping, said, O Barnabas, it is necessary that I should reveal to thee three great secrets, after which that I shall be departed from the world, thou shalt reveal to it. Then answered that he right, weeping, and said, Suffer me to weep, O Master, other men also, for that we are sinners, and thou an only one and prophet of God. It is not befitting for thee to weep so much. Jesus answered, Believe me, Barnabas, that I cannot weep as much as I ought. For if men are not called me God, I should have seen God here as you will see me in paradise, and should have been safe not to fear the day of the judgment. So Jesus feared day of judgment because of people calling him God. But God knows that I am innocent, because never have I harbored both to be held more than a poor slave. Nay, I tell thee that if I had not been called God, I should have been carried into the paradise. I will depart from the world, whereas now I shall go to thither until the judgment. Now thou see if I have cause to weep. No, O Barnabas, for this I must have great persecution. and shall be sold by one of my disciples for 30 pieces of money. Whereupon I am sure that he who shall sell me shall be slain in the name, for that God shall take me up from the earth, and shall change appearance of the traitor, so that everyone shall believe him to be me. Nevertheless, when he die as an evil death, I shall abide in that dishonor for a long time in the world. But when Muhammad shall come, secret messenger of God, that infamy shall be taken away, and this shall God do because I confess the truth of the Messiah, who shall give me this reward, that I shall be known to be alive and to be stranger to the death of infamy. That is a strong word from Jesus. Then answered that he that right, O Master, tell me who is that Richard, for I feign to choke him to death. We know this traitor is, we know who this traitor is, one of the 12 disciples. All peace, answered Jesus, for so God will, I cannot do otherwise. But see thou that when my mother is afflicted at such an event, you tell her the truth in order that he may be comforted. So Barnabas know all this beforehand. Then answer he who write, all this I will do, O Master, if God please. A very interesting chapter of a traitor who is paid by the Roman. So what happened was, when Roman soldier came to the place where Jesus and his disciples normally gathered, because the Roman didn't know who Jesus was and how he looked, because at that time there's no pictures circulating around, so they don't know. So this disciple, I think his name is Iscariot, point out to the Roman soldiers and took them to the place where Jesus was hiding, and Iscariot went first to the room and saw Jesus. Then he called the Roman soldiers to come to catch him. So what happened was, when Iscariot entered the room first, Jesus was saved by the angel, taken by the angel out of the room, and Iscariot's face was changed to look like Jesus, and he was caught, he was killed and mocked. And that's it. The story here in that chapter was telling what happened already beforehand, and Barnabas knew it. Jesus told the secret to Barnabas. With that, I leave you Thank you very much for listening.